Hi guys, I hope you all are doing well and welcome to the fifth video of this entire series of Exchange Server 2019. In the last video, we discussed Exchange Server architecture. In this particular video, we will be discussing Exchange Server system requirements and prerequisites for Exchange Server installation. We will also talk about the different types of installation methods. Those are available for Exchange 2019 installation. We know Exchange Server is dependent on Active Directory. Without Active Directory, we cannot install Exchange Server. So we should know what are the requirements for Active Directory for Exchange Server installation. If you have an existing Exchange Server in your environment, then before installing Exchange Server 2019, you should be aware if coexistence is supported between these versions or not. You should also know what versions of Outlook clients are supported with Exchange 2019. Because once you have Exchange Server 2019 deployed, users will be using Outlook or other applications to manage their emails. And if clients version that you are using are not supported with Exchange Server 2019, in that case, users will face trouble while using these applications. We will also discuss what are supported Windows Server versions for Exchange 2019 and the prerequisites those are required to be met before we install Exchange 2019 on a Windows server. So let's start with discussing the different types of installation methods for Exchange Server 2019. We can perform Exchange 2019 installation in four ways. These methods are unattended setup mode. We can install Exchange 2019 using Exchange Setup Wizard. We can install Exchange 2019 manually, and we can install Exchange 2019 on Windows Core as well. If you want to install Exchange 2019 using unattended setup, you will require to perform this installation using command line switches. All these steps, those are required in Exchange installation, like preparing Active Directory, preparing Active Directory schema, what role you want to install, selecting installation files folders. Everything will be managed through command line switches. In this type of setup, GUI installation option is not available. If you install Exchange using Exchange Setup Wizard, you do not have to run any commands to prepare the Active Directory or Active Directory schema. Everything will be installed and configured automatically by Exchange Setup Wizard. In manual installation setup mode, we install Windows components manually using PowerShell commands. We use command line switches to prepare Active Directory and Active Directory schema, and then we install Exchange Server using Exchange Setup Wizard. And the fourth method is to install Exchange 2019 on Windows Core version. In this type of installation, we do not have option to install Exchange using GUI. Everything will be managed and configured through command line switches. Moreover, this would require Windows Server Core version installation on the machine where you want to install Exchange 2019. For this demo, we will be installing Exchange 2019 using manual installation method that will cover installation of Windows components through PowerShell, preparing Active Directory and Active Directory schema using command line switches, and then we will install Exchange 2019 using Exchange Setup Wizard. Now let's talk about the coexistence scenarios those are supported in Exchange 2019. Coexistence means, let's say you have Exchange Server 2013 deployed in your organization and you want to move to Exchange Server 2016. So instead of upgrading the existing Exchange Server 2013 to 2016, you can simply move the mailboxes or all this stuff from Exchange 2013 to Exchange Server 2016. Or in a nutshell, coexistence is where a latest version of server can accept the data or the applications from a server that has lower version. So if you have Exchange Server 2010 in your environment and you are planning to deploy Exchange 2019, you will not be able to move all your mailboxes or public folders to Exchange 2019 because this coexistence is not supported. So in this scenario, you need to first migrate from Exchange 2010 to Exchange 2013, and then you can move mailboxes or recipients from Exchange 2013 to 2019. If you already have Exchange Server 2013 in your environment and you are planning to introduce Exchange 2019 as well, then you need to make sure that Exchange 2013 has the latest update, or at least cumulative update 21 is installed. Same applies to Exchange Server 2016. You need to make sure that it has the latest or at least cumulative update 11 installed on the Exchange server so that it can coexist with Exchange Server 2019. And if you have both Exchange Server 2013 and 2016, and you are planning to have Exchange 2019 as well, then again, latest updates has to be installed on both Exchange servers. Like earlier versions of Exchange Server, you can achieve Exchange hybrid deployment with Exchange 2019 as well. In hybrid deployment, we can have mailboxes in on-premise and some of the mailboxes in Office 365. We will talk about Exchange hybrid deployment in detail in upcoming videos. If you are planning to install Exchange Server 2019 in your organization, then all of the domain controllers in your forest must be running on either Windows Server 2019 Standard or Data Center, or Windows Server 2016 Standard or Data Center, or Windows Server 2012 R2 Standard or Data Center. In your Active Directory forest, the forest functional level must be set to Windows Server 2012 R2 or higher. The Active Directory site where you are installing the Exchange server must contain at least one writable domain controller that is also a global catalog server. Else, the installation of Exchange server will fail. Moreover, once you have installed Exchange server, you cannot remove domain controller from the Active Directory site. Else, this will break the functionality of Exchange server, because Exchange Server is completely dependent on Active Directory. Before you set up Exchange Server in your organization, one of the most important areas that needs to be planned is your internal and external namespace. A namespace is a logical structure that is commonly represented by one or more domain names in DNS. Exchange 2019 supports four DNS namespaces: contiguous, non-contiguous, single label domains, and disjoint. Contiguous namespace is the concept where all the domains in Active Directory share a common namespace. A non-contiguous namespace is where an Active Directory forest includes multiple domain trees of different names. Single label domain is basically a DNS domain name that is equal to a NetBIOS domain name. It doesn't contain a suffix, for example, .com, .org, or .in. It has only a single word, for example, Microsoft instead of Microsoft.com. Single label domain namespace is not recommended. And the fourth namespace model is disjoint namespace. You face this scenario when your primary DNS suffix on the domain controllers or the member servers is not the same as the DNS domain name of your Active Directory domain. For example, you have a disjoint namespace when the Exchange server that is part of the contoso.com domain has a primary DNS suffix of fabricam.com. So in this scenario, this computer is said to be disjoint. So as per your requirement, you can decide the DNS namespace for your Exchange organization. Exchange Server 2013 and later versions support IPv6, but you can use IPv6 only when IPv4 is installed and is enabled on Exchange Server. Now let's understand what are the hardware requirements for Exchange 2019 installation. In terms of processor, you can use either Intel or AMD processor if they support 64-bit architecture. Now look at the memory. This is a standard memory requirement for Exchange Server 2019. For Mailbox Server, 128 GB minimum memory is recommended. And for Edge Transport Server, it is 64 GB. But these are the recommendations for the production environment. If you are setting up Exchange Server for your test environment, then you can run this on 10 GB memory as well. But if this is a production environment, then this is the minimum memory requirement for a better functionality of Exchange Server 2019. Microsoft recommends to set the paging file minimum and maximum value to the same size, and that is 25% of installed memory. You need to make sure that you have enough free disk space available on the server. You can see the screen resolution that is recommended for better management of Exchange Server from GUI and from PowerShell. You can also set the file system for the data storage on the Windows Server where you will be installing Exchange 2019. You can create NTFS partition where Exchange binaries will be stored and REFS partition for mailbox databases and for transaction logs. Exchange Server 2019 can be installed on Windows Server 2019. It can be either Windows Server 2019 Standard or Data Center. You can install Exchange Server 2019 on either Desktop Experience or Server Core installation. The management tools can be installed on either Windows Server 2019 Standard or Data Center, and these can be installed on 64-bit edition of Windows 10 as well. With Exchange Server 2019, you can use Outlook version that is installed from Office 365. You can also use Outlook 2013, 2016, and 2019. And for Mac users, we can either use Mac for Office 365 version or Outlook 2016 for Mac. For security and performance reasons, installing Exchange Server on Active Directory servers is not recommended. Exchange Server should be installed always on member servers. We should never install Office applications, SharePoint Server, Skype for Business Server, or Office Online Server on the Exchange Server. The applications those are designed to run along with Exchange Server should only be installed. Skype for Business and Link Server integration is supported in Exchange 2019. If you want to integrate Link Server with Exchange, then Link Server 2013 with cumulative update 10 or later is required. And if you want to integrate Skype for Business with Exchange, then Skype for Business Server with cumulative update 7 or later is required. So these are the requirements that need to be considered before you introduce Exchange 2019 in your organization. Now let's discuss what are the prerequisites those are required to be met before we install Exchange 2019 on a Windows server. Do not worry about prerequisites and step for now. In the next video, I will be demonstrating you how to install Exchange 2019. So I will show you how to meet all these prerequisites step by step. We have already discussed hardware and operating system requirements for Exchange 2019 installation. The server on which you will be installing Exchange 2019 needs to be a member of Active Directory. That means the machine should be a domain joint machine. We cannot install Exchange on a work group machine. The account that you will be using to install Exchange Server, it has to be a member of Enterprise Admin and Schema Admins group. The server on which we will install Exchange, it has to be up to date. After these prerequisites are met, we will install .NET Framework. After that, we will install C++ package for Visual Studio. If you want to integrate Skype for Business or Link Server, then we need to install required components. Then we will install Unified Communications Managed API. That is a managed code platform used to build applications that provide access to Microsoft Presence information, instant messaging, telephone and video calls, and audio or video conferencing. Then we will install remote administration tools. We will install the Windows components those are required for Exchange installation. And then we will install Exchange 2019 using Exchange Setup Wizard. In the next video, I will be demonstrating you how to meet all the prerequisites for Exchange installation And then I'll demonstrate you how to install Exchange 2019 on Windows Server 2019 data center machine. So that is all for now. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you guys. Thank you for your time. Take care.